Fighting those late night food cravings is a battle that many of us lose time and time again. So to help, we have registered dietitian Susan Watson from A Little Nutrition joining us now with some tips. And this I thought was just going to be, here's some healthy alternatives, but it goes deep into those cravings. And I feel like this is how we're going to get to the root cause and then really make a difference in our late night snacking.
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of clients come to us for nutrition counseling because they are concerned about their evening eating and how maybe poor they feel their choices are. They'll report, I did good all day. Great all day, but in the evening I had all these food cravings and I gave in to them, and then they feel really bad. And food cravings can be very frustrating and hard to do, especially if you feel like you're eating healthy, but often food cravings are just telling our body something along the lines of whether food that it needs or something that's going on in our body. So we have to be curious and we got to listen to our bodies and say, you know, what's going on. So we have 4 different areas that we can be curious and definitely not critical and ask ourselves what's going on. So the first one, physical or biological or stomach hunger. So this type of hunger is where maybe we have gone too long between meals and our stomach is grumbling, or we might have rebound hunger where we've gone all day, maybe we got busy and stressed and we didn't eat, and then in the evening we're like super ravenous and make food decisions that we're not happy with. And a lot of the times, if we don't even balance our meals properly, food hunger or biological hunger gets really, really strong, and then we don't necessarily make the best choices. So we want to ask ourselves what type of hunger is going on, and if it's actual, biological hunger, maybe we should eat a balanced meal, or maybe we shouldn't skip breakfast, or maybe have a more balanced breakfast. Like if you just run out the door with toast and coffee, guaranteed the rest of your day, your food cravings are going to be heightened, and especially into the evening.
We need to think ahead and plan before we get to that point.
Yes.
Social situations,
yes.
Social cues. Is there a way to plan for that? Because I feel like this may be the hardest thing for me to overcome personally.
Okay, so for sure, there's environmental cues and kind of social dynamics. So if you think about, you sit down in front of the TV and you see a commercial and now suddenly you're craving that food, that can be an environmental trigger. And when we have something like that, we can try to distract ourselves or, do something different, change your environment, get out of that environment, and give yourself 10 or 15 minutes, and likely that food craving goes away. If it doesn't, again, ask yourself, maybe you're actually biologically hungry. When it comes to social cues, you might be at work and somebody walks by with something that looks really tasty, and now you're suddenly wanting that. And, at that point, you can ask yourself again, am I hungry? Do I feel like I need to have that? And just stop and pause and ask yourself. And sometimes you might, and sometimes you're like, yeah, no, I had one yesterday. That's okay. So, and if you maybe are going to a social gathering and there's going to be a whole bunch of food, choose the foods that you really, really want. And the other ones you might say, well, maybe I'll have that next time.
I feel like this is perfect for this morning because our lovely producer Abby brought in saltwater taffy. Oh. I haven't had any, but now I'm worried that because I didn't eat that piece of taffy this morning with my coffee, I'm going to go home and crush a bag of potato chips.
Absolutely. So the next one is restriction or deprivation. So what we do know is as adults, if we restrict ourselves or just in general restrict ourselves, we're going to want it more. So restriction leads to overeating, restriction leads to binging, and restriction will definitely lead us to craving that food more because it's top of mind. So what we want to do is be a little bit more permissive with our food choices. Have that piece of, taffy and sit there and mindfully eat it, enjoy and go, whoa, that really hit the spot, versus no, I can't have it, no, I can't have it. And then, maybe when no one's looking, have 2 or 3 or even more than that.
Yeah, Abby, only give me one. When this interview's over, only give me one piece of candy. We only have a couple seconds left, but I feel like this is a no-brainer, but we still don't do it.
Yeah, so stress leads to having more food cravings because our hormone levels are really high. Sleep, if we're staying up late and then we're also having food cravings, that is just an automatic reaction of under sleep. So have some good sleep habits, and for sure, make sure you're taking care of yourself, a lot of self-care, so that when you're recognizing all of this, you are taking care of yourself and not letting those food cravings get you down.